I'm going to press record on my thing, on my end. Soundboard. That was a thing that we used to have long ago.
Has it changed? 3, this is working. My camera's a little funky.
What the fuck was that?
Me?
Oh, wrong soundboard. Yeah, but it's still working.
Is that Darth Vader?
Is it just coming through like
Okay.
shit? I don't know. I don't know at this point.
Okay, is my audio still good?
Your audio's great. And even like the quality, like the quality. Yeah, I can hear the audio. Can you hear me?
Look, it's as long as it's timed okay.
Okay. It seems to be all right. The video's lagging. You can tell the video's lagging, but the quality's remaining the same. It's not dipping in like visual quality. It's just like the timing of the audio.
Okay.
So I suppose we'll begin.
Okay. Right. that's fine, man. As long as the audio's good. I only listen to it on Spotify.
Exactly. Welcome
before we
back.
Do it, hang on. I gotta make sure I can sync my audio. So if I count down from 3 and then clap,
okay. The audio I think is gone way out.
I gotta sync my audio.
Audio's way out. Audio's way out.
Cause sync this shit. I turned my off. It's so fun for me. Hello, my house. Is better? I swear to God. Barry.
Clayton.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Screen, it's saying. Okay.
So are we just gonna go like this, I suppose?
I don't know. I guess as long as it's not too bad. Audacity's working. Yeah, I can clap with me so that I can sync this audio.
You want me to clap?
We both got to clap at the same time. No, that okay. I'm gonna count down from 3 and then on go. So I'll be like 3, 2, 1. On go, we'll clap, and that way I can sync it. Okay.
So on go
it'll be
or
exact.
on 3?
On go. I'm counting down from 3. 3, 2, 1, go. And on go, we clap. Okay.
Okay.
that was all right. You got it.
I got it.
Okay.
I'm on way too many drugs to be thinking about this shit.
I'm sure it's fine. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
You didn't say go.
We were doing we were clapping on go. If I say go, then I can't hear the clap. Okay. Pretend it's a metaphorical go. And it's like a.
You were like 1, 2, 3, then go. We'll clap, and then you were like 3, 2, 1. Said nothing.
I clapped. Oh, that's fine.
We don't do the podcast for like 2 weeks, and we forget how to do a podcast.
Should I just leave all of this in?
Yeah, I am. I definitely am.
Oh God. Okay. Fucking start the thing then.
Okay. Started it again. Yeah, let me reset the scene. Let's just go there. Let's just okay. Starting. Welcome back, everybody, to We Talk Film. I am your host, Barry, joined by Clayton, as always. Oh boy. What
Hi,
a couple
Barry.
weeks it has been. Hi, Clayton.
Hello. It has definitely been a couple weeks. What was it? 2 weeks we've missed the podcast.
2 weeks we've missed the podcast, and we've just totally forgotten how to do a podcast. That is what's going on right now.
We're winging it.
Fun times. We're winging it. That's for sure. As you can tell, I am very sick right now, audience. So sorry if I sound like shit. I probably do. So you're just going to have to listen to Clayton's sexy Ryan Gosling voice for today. for majority
Are
of
you
it anyway.
sure?
Yeah.
That's gonna make it harder for me because now I just won't listen back to the episode because I don't want to hear
Exactly.
myself talk about it.
Yeah, I
Oh
never listen to
boy.
these things because of my voice.
Yeah, well, today it sounds even better. Don't worry, Barry. Everyone's gonna love it.
Whoa.
This is
Yeah.
gonna get a million views. We're all gonna be famous off of this absolute shit show of an episode. But speaking of shit show episodes, let's go on over to the news. Barry,
The
do you have the soundboard
news.
button?
I still have the soundboard button.
Yeah, he found it. I wasn't sure if he
Yeah,
could
I found
find
it.
it because it looks
It's
like
all
you're
right. I can still
trying hard
see
to see your computer screen.
somewhat. It is somewhat hard to see right now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just like, how the hell do I do these things?
Speaking of people saying, "How the hell do I do these things?" Because we got an announcement about the Blade script, Marvel's latest project.
Whoa.
Apparently, it's currently being rewritten over the next couple of months, and then will be sent out to potential directors before it starts filming towards the end of the year. So they're rewriting it again. They still
Yep.
haven't got a
Like
director
always.
attached,
Mm-hmm.
and they
Mm-hmm.
really have no idea what they're doing. But they
Nope.
still expect to be filming by spring, like early
That
summer,
ain't
that sort of time.
that ain't happening. That ain't happening.
It's insane. Because
Yeah.
also Mahershala Ali's lawyer came out and said that the deal for this movie was like put together in 2019. And he says that never in the
Wow.
history of anything he's done has something taken this long to get made. Like
Yep.
even his lawyer's like, this is ridiculous.
That is
Which is
ridiculous.
insane because yeah, that means the movie itself is like what, like 6 years old, at least in the works. The
Yeah.
deal was in finalized 5 years ago, so that's crazy. Um, we yeah, still no word on if it's gonna be good.
We'll
We'll
still
never
no
know.
word of
Never
if
gonna.
it's actually gonna get made or what's happening. We'll just
This
go
is
with
insane.
the weird version they potentially have in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, in
Yeah.
other news, we got a trailer for the Penguin TV show. This looks really cool. Colin Farrell reprising his role from The Batman. This it looks like it's just yeah the same vibe of that movie, but more of just the gangster stuff with a lot more Colin
Yeah.
Farrell, which is fun because he was great as the Penguin. So I'm all for it. Doesn't look like we're getting that much in the way of like Batman stuff, but it seems like
No.
it's just a gangster film. It's a
Yeah.
gangster show set in Gotham, which is cool.
It is cool. More Colin Farrell. I'm down with that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting at least. I mean, even if it sucks, it looks good. Cinematography is basically the same as the Batman, so that'll be cool to see.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
okay, so moving away, announcement out of the Academy Awards. Apparently, they're in the process of adding best stunts as a category to the Oscars, which has been a huge thing.
Hey.
It's the Fall Guy, really pushed for that, and it seems like everybody's kind of got on board from that. And the Academy are going through the processes of adding it as an official category, which is cool.
That is cool. It should have been something added many a years ago. But now it's actually, for fingers crossed, going to be a thing. And obviously, yeah, the big push was because of the Fall Guy. And a lot of more recent films are very much pushing towards being like, hey, like the stunt guys do a lot of work for these big action films and need more recognition. So it's a good step. Good step in the right direction.
Yeah, no, I mean all for it. All other departments in the film industry get some kind of award, the Oscars. So it's
Yeah.
it's very cool to see this also get something now that Barry's dying in the background. Okay. Next story. Inside Out 2 has the biggest opening weekend for an animated film ever. And it also surpassed Dune 2's opening weekend. It made
Oh, damn.
$295 million in one weekend
Ho.
worldwide.
Ho.
Like
Wow.
an insane number.
That is an insane amount. I was not expecting that.
Oh
God
God, no.
damn. I was just like, what? How much did the first one make?
Probably not that much. What you look it up, I'll give us the specifics.
Yeah.
Apparently, a lot of people are going to see this film. And it was one that I thought looked actually kind of interesting. I was a fan of the first one as like one of the
I
modern
haven't even
Pixar's being
watched
good.
the first one. I haven't even watched the first
I
one.
It's quite good. I feel like you'd enjoy it as like a, that
Yep.
was alright, feel good sorta kids movie.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that this sequel had that much interest in it. Very, because that's a lot of
Yeah.
movie tickets.
That is almost $300 million. Um, well, the first
Yeah,
one made 857 million over worldwide. That was like its box office
total.
thing. But what
Yeah,
was
okay.
it? Doesn't say its opening weekend.
Ooh,
But yeah,
sure, I guess to
that's
check. In
pretty.
any of the doubt, that's like a third of what Inside Out 1 has made totally. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is insane. Hey, I'm going to IMDb now. They have it down the bottom somewhere. They normally do.
Okay.
Give me a second, audience. It will be
Alright,
here.
he's finding it.
It will be here.
He's
Tracking it down.
he's searching for it.
Opening weekend. Oh, it's only got US and Canada was just over
Okay.
90 million.
Oh, okay. Well, even that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is an insane number. So that's
Um.
I guess it's cool. Hopefully it's good.
God
I might
damn.
watch it.
Yeah, that might be a movie. Gonna have to. I'm definitely gonna have to watch the first one now, but I'm definitely gonna have to see this. Almost $300 million for an animated film. That is
Yeah.
insane to hear. That is a good thing to hear, though.
I love it.
Because
I love it for
we
cinema.
love animation,
Um,
we love cinema, and we
yeah.
also very much strongly support animation.
Yeah, I'm also a big fan of Pixar, so I'm all for if it's a good film, then yeah, it
Yeah.
deserves to make all the money it can. So that's cool. In other news, in less interesting news, Uncharted was a movie with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg, and that's about all I
Oh,
want to
that
say
one.
about it.
Yep.
But it's getting a sequel. That's been confirmed. It's in development at Sony right now. They're working
Since
on
they're
it.
not doing Spider Man, they're probably
Yeah.
just like, all right, let's get him to do this film for now, and then we can do Spider Man 4.
I guess. I hope that they just make it a completely new thing and just recast and just change everything about that first movie and just soft reboot it as a sequel. That would be amazing. There's
It
no
would
way
be,
that's gonna happen.
but no.
God, no.
That
They make
first
too
one
much
made a
money,
shit ton of money.
which is awful because it was so bad, and I hate that it made so much money. That's
Yep.
awful.
Yep.
So yeah, if this one looks bad, we will not go see it. Do not go see the sequel. We don't want a third one.
Oh, it only made 407. But it's still $120
Only.
million budget. So
Yeah, no, Sony definitely classed it as like a success, which is why we're getting a second one,
yeah.
unfortunately.
Yep.
Okay. In other news, we got a trailer for the Watchmen animated two-part movie thing. That looked kind of cool.
Uh
Um,
yeah. I'm kind of pissed off about that, if I'm being honest. I probably won't watch it.
oh, okay. Why is that, Barry? Give us your
There's
give us your thoughts.
there's a bit of drama behind it. It's basically not really animation, so to speak. Well, it is, but it's not. So basically, if you
It's
go and
3D,
watch the
isn't it?
trailer, if you watch the trailer, it is basically a one for one, well, almost one for one recreation of Zack Snyder's movie, and then they've just overlaid and they've done animation, 3D animation over the top of his scenes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's weird.
that is strangely weird. I already saw like a snippets of the trailer and stuff like that, but it was basically like, yeah, they basically copied his scenes that he did and stuff like that, because like Zack Snyder's film is very like distinctly different, even just visually, from the original source material. And like it
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
like they've just copied his scenes and then just done like the animation over the top type thing.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
maybe we won't check that one out. I mean, I don't know. Very,
I mean, I'll still probably
very
watch
funky.
it because it's Watchmen. I absolutely love Watchmen.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, it was just a bit like, did they use AI elements with this? Because it seems like something a company would do when it exactly recreates
Mm.
the exact same scenes and stuff like that. And the animation type that it is, you can get away with doing with AI.
Okay, well, I guess we'll have to keep an eye out for any developments on that because that's a
Yes, yes.
little ooh right now. But
Ooh.
moving away, this is something that actually looks really cool. Again, another animated project. This time Netflix. An absolute
Yippee!
banger. of an animation division. We're getting a show called Terminator Zero, an animated series starring Timothy Olyphant, coming out August 29th. And this looks cool as hell. Um, it looks very much in the Spain of like the Terminator, the original Terminator film, but with that
Yes,
sort of like
yes.
animation on top, and it's just this sort of over the topness to it. And I love it. It just looks
Yeah.
so cool.
Yep.
It
No,
reminds
it's
me a
like
little bit of what they did with the Cyberpunk animation.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. That type of thing. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. I was a bit surprised when they like, announced like Timothy Olyphant is the voice of the Terminator. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was just like, out of all people, I'm happy that it is him because has such an amazing voice and he's such an amazing like guy and everything, especially in westerns and everything like that. I mean, it's the only thing
Yeah, of
the other
course.
guy ever did. But still, I was a bit surprised out of all people that they got him to like voice the Terminator.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
you
I
know,
think it
that's
fits.
cool.
I like it.
Yeah, I
Sure,
like it
let's
too.
go.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. I'm definitely watching that show when it comes out in a couple months. That'll be really cool. Okay, moving away. We got some more animation announcements that I'd like to bring up. First of which is we're getting an Adventure Time movie, and also two spin-off shows based around it. They're all in the
Yep.
works at the same time. So if you're an Adventure Time fan, you're getting a lot new shit.
Yippee.
We don't know if it's going to be good. It probably will be interesting, at least knowing Adventure Time, which was very hit and miss for me watching the show. But
Yeah.
it definitely
Yeah.
had its moments that I loved, so I might
Yep.
check it out. I'm not sure. What about you,
I'll
Barry?
probably
You an
watch.
Adventure Time
Uh,
guy?
yeah. Yeah. I watched most of it. I like watched, I think, the first couple seasons and then like gave up and then watched the final season because the final season was pretty fucking cool. Um, and you know, like the characters and then that they did everything for it and the animation style, I really enjoy and stuff like that. So, depending
Yeah,
on
yeah.
like what they do for the movie, like I'm down for it and everything like that. I'll probably watch the movie, maybe not the spin-off shows because there's way too many shows at the moment, and it's just like trying to keep on top of that. It's just like,
Oh god,
what
yeah.
else is coming out?
Oh, tell me about it. Okay, so speaking of shows that are coming out, we got another announcement. We're getting a regular show spin-off series,
Yeah, we
featuring some of the
are.
characters. Now, this one's
Wow.
very exciting. I always preferred regular show over Adventure Time. I know, shoot
Yep,
me, but
yep,
like,
yep,
I
yep,
loved
yep.
regular
So did
show.
I. Regular show
Um,
is so much more better.
Oh, it's so fun. I loved every single element of that show. I think I watched every episode after school,
Yep,
like
yep.
religiously. It was so good. This could be cool. Some of the characters are returning. We don't know who, and we don't know in what context. That's all we know about it as of right now. But I'm still very excited. I hope it's good. But who knows?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, because obviously it will be like, what's his name? JG Quintel will be back to write it
Yeah.
all and stuff like that. I did watch like a couple of these other shows that he did after regular show. It wasn't like as good, but they were still like, if you
No, no.
understand his comedy and everything like that, some of the jokes like still landed and everything like that. There was just something about regular show and the way that they did it with those types of characters and just like basically every single episode always resulted being like, well, how's the world going to end today because of the most stupidest like thing that's like early on in the episode type thing. And that's the
It's
thing, like they
so
had
good.
Mark Hamill in it as well as Skips, so I hope Skips returns out
Oh,
of
that'd
all
be so
people. I
cool.
hope like the original like cast or the main cast like return for it. So but we'll
Yeah, yeah,
see.
yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Hope so too. Okay. Two more announcements. These are regarding the ends of two beloved shows that we got basically announced one back to back from studios. The first of which is Arcane is ending with its second season in November.
Because it costs
I'm
way
also
too
I
much to do
love
the
this,
animation.
but I also like want more of this show. But I feel like if they do just keep making it, it's gonna get worse and worse. So it's like a positives and negatives to this, for
Yep.
both the
Yep.
shows that I'll mention. But yeah,
And especially when it's gonna take like 3+ years to do all the animation for each season, you know? It's
yeah,
yeah.
but it looks so good. It's like
There's a reason
testament to
why it
how
looks
good it
so
looks.
good because they take forever.
Yeah,
And
but
it's
I'm
not
okay with
profitable to
it
do that.
because it looks so good. Yeah, yeah. But hopefully they go out with a bang, and season two is just even better than the first season. First season's amazing. but I hope
Yeah.
that it's just steps it up a notch and just gives us something really amazing. And then the other one is The Boys has been confirmed to
Yeah.
end at season 5, which is
Yep.
obviously
Yep.
next season. Halfway through season
Yeah.
4 right now. Um,
Mhm.
Again, I
Mhm.
think it's a good thing because the show
Yes.
itself can stagnate. Season
Yep.
3 was a huge what's the word, like telltale sign of this. So that it feels like it was being dragged out. So now that we have a
Yeah.
clear end goal, I'm
Yep.
I'm even more excited to watch The Boys. How about you?
Oh yeah, no, like since they announced that season 5 was going to be the final season, it was just like, oh yeah, that like makes sense because there's only like a certain amount of storytelling you can do with these characters, and that's the thing. Audience that are watching The Boys, like we do know how it's going to end. It's just a matter of when it's going
Mhm.
to end. It's basically got to be like the final battle between Butcher and Homelander, but like how long can you keep that feud going on for type thing without being repetitive? And everything like that. That whole
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Plus they've announced that they're doing spin-off shows anyway. Like they've got Gen V, they're still continuing that, and then they're trying to do like a Mexican boys spin-off or something like that.
Yeah, The Boys Mexico, and that's currently being
Yeah,
written. They're working on that, getting that made, but it's not like confirmed yet. They're still just working
yeah,
on it. So that could be cool. I'm all
that could
for
be
more
cool.
boys, but yeah, the main story does have to end at some point.
Oh yeah,
And
oh
it's
yeah,
good that it's another season. I feel like 5 is a perfect number to cap it off.
yeah.
Okay, and then the final story that I'd like to bring up this week, is I don't know, probably the coolest thing that I've ever mentioned on this podcast, and it is a television show coming out next month, in which I am the lead star. I am the main actor. It's
Yep, you're
all about me.
definitely
It
all about you. You're definitely Sam Neill.
Yeah, so
I
we got a
mean, let's
trailer
just
for
say
season 2.
you're yeah. You want to
Okay,
announce what it is?
we got a trailer
Yeah.
for season 2 of the 12. That looks very cool. WA's biggest ever screen production.
Yep. Yep.
And I'm in the trailer for
Yeah, you
like 2
are.
whole seconds.
2
Yeah,
whole seconds, you're in the background. I was just like, wow, he did it. There's Ryan Gosling.
that's me. It was so funny. I was watching it. It was middle of a realize day at TAFE, and it was just like, oh, the trailer dropped out, and then I looked at it. I'm like, holy shit, that's me. And
They
I thought that was pretty funny.
better pay you extra for that.
Oh yeah. No, it's so funny because they don't tell you, of course, that you're in the trailer. That's not how that works. So I was expecting to just see like Sam Neill walking around, and then
Yep.
they used my one scene, and I am
Yeah.
the background of that scene. It's the most
You
bland
are the
looking wall
background.
behind me.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's me, and then there's nothing behind it. The set design was so bad in that one corner, but it's just I'm there, so
They're
it's
just like, oh
okay.
yeah, there's some guy in the background. It's fine. Put it in the trailer.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
very
your
funny. It would
first
be even
trailer
funnier.
material.
That's true. If they cut my scene, I go watch the actual show and that scene's not in it. It's only in the trailer.
They CGI'd you
I,
out of the background. It's something else now.
they make it even more plain. It was just a white wall, a corner of a room. They couldn't really take me out, right?
Uh,
I guess we'll see. That would be really funny. Yeah, anyway, so check out the 12 when that comes out. I'm in
yeah.
it.
We'll try and get Sam Neill on the
Yay.
podcast.
Yeah, but apart from that, it does actually look good. I wasn't the
It
biggest fan of
does.
the
It
first
does.
season. I thought it was kind of cliche and mid,
Yeah.
but like the people behind this one are all different and they're all Western Australian. It's an entirely new directorial team and crew. The only thing that carries over is like Sam Neill and a couple of other actors. So it looks
Yeah.
like it's got a higher production value and even better creative team behind it. So I'm very excited to check it out, regardless of me being in it or not.
Yeah, no, it does look interesting. It was like very much like, oh, so this is like what it was all about and stuff like that. So I'm just like, oh, I might give this a look-see.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, but that's it for the news this week. What are we talking about tonight, Barry?
So tonight we are finally talking about another film that's been out in the cinemas for a bit of time now that everyone went to go and see, and you know, it's Civil War. Do I have a clip?
You're gonna hang back.
I'm not hanging back.
One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless America.
So yes, that is the little clip. I totally forgot that I had that from like 2 weeks ago when we were meant to record this podcast. So it's like, yay, it's actually one there. So yeah, Civil War is a 2024 dystopian thriller film written directed by Alex Garland. It follows a team of journalists traveling from New York to Washington, D.C. during a civil war fought across the United States between an authoritarian federal government and several regional factions. So basically, America in what, say 5 years from now, I would say. It's basically like something like that. I like that's the thing. I remember because I use a letterbox to because I watch so many films and stuff like that, ones that we don't talk about in the podcast and ones that we do, and to keep track of all my ratings and everything like that, it's quite handy to have. But I remember my review for it that I put on there. I won't reveal what my rating was, but what I said as a comment being so this is America, question mark. Being this is America, the Childish Gambino song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And some guy liked it.
Okay. Some guy, nice. Before I talk about it, Barry, what did you think of Civil War?
Yeah, kind of boring if I'm being honest. This was a kind of just bland, mediocre film. That I do not understand why people are giving it such high praise and being like, oh my gosh, this is one of the best films of 2024. I'm just this is kind of shit if I'm being honest.
Dude,
this is
I thought you were gonna
such
like
a
it.
basic film. Fuck no.
I was a little scared coming into this because I was like, oh, this feels like Barry would like it, but I think this movie was absolutely terrible. I really did not like anything that happened in this film. It was so goddamn stupid.
It was. Every single second of this movie was just bad and horrible, and the characters. The only character I liked was what's his name? The guy that played. The old dude.
Fat guy. I can't remember his name.
The one that was in the first Dune film.
Yeah.
That guy.
He dies at the end. Come on, spoilers.
Yeah. Sammy. Stephen McKinley Henderson, or whatever his name is. But I didn't mind. Was it that the Joel character in it, Wagner Moria, the Mexican dude, even though he did some pretty stupid stuff.
Oh yeah.
No,
he didn't do anything in this whole fucking movie.
Yeah. A lot of the characters didn't do anything this entire film, and they were just really stupid in their decisions. And then this is another thing as well. Kirsten Dunst. This is probably the first film I've seen her in when did Spider-Man 3 come out?
2007. Yeah.
2007. So I was wow, she's coming back. I didn't realize that it was her until I started watching it. I was oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it's Kirsten Dunst. And I'm just what a bitch of a character. I really don't like this character. She's such a hypocrite, majority of the time when it comes to things and everything like that. She's just to the girl, whatever that follows him around, be oh, you don't do this, and then she goes does it, and then it's just you're not teaching anyone the right education stuff, and you just don't really care about stuff. And this isn't really photo, or isn't really, they're meant to be journalists or whatever. The whole point of the story is that they're just we're going to see the president, and we're gonna get in there, we're gonna interview him, and everything like that.
Yeah.
And along the way, they take pictures and whatever. Just shit happens.
You want to know the funniest part about that whole thing? They're on their way to interview the president, but not a single one of them has a notepad or a pen. They only have cameras with film. There's no way for them to interview him because they don't have anything to write it down.
The Joel guy did. No, the Joel guy did. He did.
Well,
there was a couple scenes. He has a little notepad he kept on his chest.
Oh,
I remember that. I remember that part.
Maybe I zoned
out.
That's
the only thing I like. Majority of it, I did zone out as well. I'm just okay. The one cool part, though, and I will admit, this is the only one cool part of this entire film, and probably the reason why it's only getting a rating from me. They played a really nice Sturgill Simpson song during it, and I was just oh yeah, they got class.
I was gonna say, yeah, the one thing that I did enjoy about this film is the soundtrack. I thought that was kind of
Yeah,
cool. Had its moments.
yeah,
But the things that I didn't like is just about everything else. Like
yeah,
nothing happens. Then
yeah,
nothing is explained.
yeah,
Nothing matters. None of the characters
yeah,
do anything rather interesting. It's just kind of scenic shots showing CGI buildings on fire, but it's always like one building, and then the rest of it looks
yep,
just like regular America. And
yep.
it's like, why? And then like 30 minutes of just staring at Kirsten Dunst while everything else is out of focus, and she's not doing anything. So it's like, it's just kind of
Yeah.
chilling.
Oh, and I totally forgot because
That's
I just saw a
Civil War.
screenshot of it. That's Civil War. There is also a scene with the great Jesse Plemons in it, which was probably the only
Oh
good
yeah,
scene in this entire fucking movie was with Jesse Plemons, because obviously it's Jesse fucking
yeah,
Plemons, and he's married to Kirsten
that's
Dunst. That's
true.
funny enough.
Oh, he
But it's
is
basically
really?
yeah, he is. They've been married for like 20 years or whatever, or some shit.
Oh wow.
And basically at the point like captors the chick or the girl whatever goes with like another guy, and they get caught by Jesse Plemons, who's like, you know, the redneck American type thing, like, what type of American are you type thing. And they try to rescue her, and then he's like, what type of American are you, blah, 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 and then he kills an Asian guy, like he's meant to be obviously a
Yeah.
racist. But it was just like that entire character and that whole part was just like so cool, and then the rest of the film is just so stupid and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it
And
was
like
so dumb.
that was the
This
only
movie.
character development, that entire scene, which is only like what 5 minutes long, and then he gets hit by a fucking car, which was
Yeah,
fucking stupid.
and
I
it's
was
2
hoping
hours
he
into
would
the
like,
film.
yeah, I was hoping like he would try to like hunt him and track him down if he did like survive or some shit. Like that would have been more cool. That would have been a more interesting film. You know,
That should have
make
been a whole
Jesse
movie.
Plemons the bad guy.
Oh, hell yeah. No, but another dumb thing about that is that they just don't grab guns at any point in this film. Like when they
Yeah,
get hit
because
with
they're
a car,
journalists.
they wait around and they don't even like grab the gun off of the guy. They wait for him to
That
come
too.
back and pick it up and shoot
Yep.
at him. Like, you know, you could have like thrown that in a bush, like far away. But no, you guys are idiots.
And
Um,
then like the
uh,
girl took forever or whatever to get out the body thing, or they took forever to get her out. Where like by now that
yeah.
other guy could have like shot them, and you know that was like unnecessarily
Oh,
long and drawn out, and it was a lot of bad
this whole movie
things.
was unnecessarily long and drawn out.
Yeah,
Like it just there's
yeah,
no story. This
yeah.
whole film. It's just like a road
Like
trip
I
movie
don't
when
get.
nothing happens.
Yeah, I don't get the point. Like, obviously, if we were
I don't know.
American and we knew more about American politics and the way that it is, I would somewhat maybe have more understanding. But like, that's the thing. This is
No.
very much like,
It's
is
not
this
even that.
like, yeah,
It's like
like,
this movie doesn't explain any of it. There is
it
no
doesn't. It
politics in it
doesn't.
because it's just so nothing happens. Nothing's said at all toward even it's not making any kind of political statement. It's just if America was at war, nothing happens. The end.
Yeah, because you got some towns that are just like, oh yeah, no, there's no war, and then like everyone
Yeah,
else is like,
right.
there's a fucking war, and it's just like,
Ah.
okay, like what the fuck?
It also doesn't make any sense because a lot of the war, quote unquote, is just like 3 dudes in Hawaiian shirts shooting at each other. It's more of like a
That too.
post-apocalypse thing than a war itself, where it's like it's stupid. It's not like 2
Yeah,
armies or like some Call of Duty level Civil War shit. It's just like, yeah, some dudes shooting at the press and they take photos of them, and that's it. That's the film. Where are the photos going? I don't know. A newspaper maybe? Seems like a very excessive thing for newspaper photos, right? It's not like you can put them up on
yeah,
the internet. I
yeah,
don't know
and then
what
like
the point of this movie was.
um the girl or whatever was like taking pictures with a film camera and everything like that, which was so fucking funny. That whole scene,
Yeah.
because obviously I've recently gotten
Right.
into doing film and everything, well, actual film cameras, and the way she was doing the exposure shit, oh my gosh. First of all,
Yeah.
I want to know, like, how is she like exposing them out in the sun with the images still being there? Because as soon as you take the film out to the
Mhm.
sun,
Mhm.
it's fucked.
Yeah, she was just letting them just
So
hang out under the direct sunlight. I was
Yeah,
like, okay,
yeah,
that's okay, cool, whatever. This is stupid. Just buy some SD cards, surely.
yeah,
What are you
yeah.
doing? I hate this freaking movie. Um,
There's a lot of stupid
yeah.
things about it. Like they're in a civil war, but
Right.
somehow, yeah, newspapers and the internet is still going on, and people are living ordinary lives. But there's a civil war going on.
There was no internet. That was the thing. Like, there was no
No, but
phone reception at one point. She's like,
but she was
I have a
uploading
phone.
her pictures at the beginning.
Oh, what? But later in the film, she's like, oh, there's no point having a phone because there's no way you can get a signal. But what? Did they
But yeah,
contradict themselves in the movie?
in the beginning of the film, where after the big explosion scene, they're in the hotel.
Yeah, you're right.
She's uploading pictures online.
What?
So did they just contradict that?
You just forget that, or did we miss something? Like, surely we didn't miss anything, right?
Or maybe it's like depending on what state you're in or whatever.
That's
There was or
weird.
something like. Yeah, that is weird.
Like at the start, they're in a war zone, and at the end, they're in a war zone. I don't think that changes much. Like, huh?
And then halfway
Okay,
they're in a town that's just
whatever.
like, nah, there's no civil war here. We're just living our ordinary
Yeah, what was
lives.
that all about? They spend like 20 minutes buying a dress, and they don't have any money. Like the whole thing is that they have to use Canadian dollars, but then they
Yeah,
stop and like try on and buy dresses for some reason.
yeah, because I think they
What was that
wanted
about?
to make the girl a lesbian, and she had the hots for Kirsten Dunst's character.
Did she? I mean, the Mexican guy was like flirting with the kid too. Remember that?
Yeah, that
That
was
was
a thing.
weird.
That was
That was
weird.
never brought up again. She was
Yep.
like, oh no, his friend was like, why were you flirting with that girl? And she's like, 16, and then it's never mentioned again. Kirsten Dunst calls him
Yep.
an idiot. And I'm like, what? What? That feels like a thing that could be touched on seriously, but what is this? I don't get it.
There's a lot of weird things about this film, and it
Yeah,
was
I don't
done on
know.
a budget of $50 million.
Yeah. I feel like it's so weird because the story just is bad. Nothing happens. I don't
Yeah,
like this film. It's not even like a cool nothing happens film. It's like a I want answers, nothing happens.
yeah.
Like the
Like
whole
they don't
point is the
even explain
questions.
how the Civil War broke out or anything like that. Like
No.
nothing.
And then they kill the president at the end? What was that gonna achieve? Like, what was the whole point of killing the president? Like,
Yeah,
I
and
don't
then
even
like
know which
his
side they
his
were on, honestly.
final quotes was like, "Don't let them kill me."
Yeah, that's so stupid.
Yep. And like they got Nick
Some movies,
Offerman to
man.
like do that, and I'm a bit disappointed that they
He was in it
didn't
for
have
2
more
minutes.
time.
He didn't do anything. He was just like, "I'm the president. Don't kill me," and that was him. Bye bye, Nick
Yeah.
Offerman. And
Yep.
Last of Us. I don't know. Ah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's Civil War. I'm trying not to die. Um. Oh man, I'm progressively getting worse. The more we
Oh,
talk about it,
scary.
the more I die.
Yep, you said it loud and clear there, buddy. Don't worry.
Yeah. Yep.
He's dying.
So do you want to go
Okay.
into like final thoughts and ratings there?
We can do if you'd like. I'm dying as well now. Oh God.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's
Um.
do that.
What is it? I'm looking at IMDb. It won awards apparently.
What did
It got
win?
a South by Southwest Film Festival Audience Award, Golden
Okay.
Trailer Awards, Best Independent
Sure, the
Trailer.
trailer looked okay. Yeah, all right,
Okay.
okay. I mean, the trailer made it look interesting at least. I'll give it
Yeah, like
that.
I was expecting more out of this, but it
Yeah,
wasn't
I don't know, dude.
really it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, what are your final thoughts and ratings for Civil War then, Barry?
I'm giving this a 2.5, mainly just because that one scene with the Sturgill Simpson song where they're like going through the
Oh, okay.
fire. I thought that was a really nice scene, and then obviously the scene with Jesse Plemons. But other than that, that's it. Like there is nothing else really great about this film, and people are like raving on it, being like, "Oh my gosh, this is absolutely the perfect, amazing film." I'm just like, Well, it's on a $50 million budget, and it only made 111 at the box office. So, it just ain't there. It ain't there. The story wasn't there. I feel like they could have done a lot more cooler things with it about being like, how did the Civil War break out? Is it something like very similar to the way America's going a bit more? They could have like brought in a bit more real life American elements into it. I think would have been a bit more surreal and a bit more like cooler, like do it more documentary style, being like, this could be America in the next 10 years type thing.
Yeah,
But,
no, I definitely agree. There's no substance to this story. It's
exactly.
so
That's the word.
bland, and there's
That's
it's
the
not
word.
saying anything.
Yeah.
It's trying to
Yeah.
be this like political, like, oh, I have like big thing where it's like, I know I have all the answers. This is this and this, but it's not saying anything. It's not like it's having like a no stance on politics. It's saying some weird stuff about America, but not really. But then it's like the story itself is so bad that you don't even care because there's no subtext at all. It's just in your face. We're at war. Oh no, taking photos? Yeah, that's the movie. You know
Yep.
everything about it. Yeah,
Yep.
it sucks. I'm giving it a 3 out of 10. Generous 3.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got bored while watching it. And this is a war
Yeah.
movie. It's if a war movie bores you, you're doing something really wrong,
Oh yeah.
right?
That's for sure. I was
Yeah.
like doing stuff on my laptop like majority of the time watching this because I just got so bored. So
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Okay, well that's it for Civil War. Um well, Barry, we can quickly talk about a TV show if you want before we go. Because we've both started watching The Boys season 4.
yeah,
But
the boys.
before we start, I've only seen the first episode. Of season
Okay,
4.
I
haven't watched
will
it.
not say anything more then because I have watched all 4
I'm not
episodes
up to
that have
date.
been released.
I know. That's why I had to say something before you went in
Yeah,
straight away
yeah,
into
yeah,
like,
yeah.
have you seen this? And I'll be like, oh, thanks, Barry.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh my gosh, did you know about this in the newest episode that a certain someone did a certain something? And it's just like, oh my gosh,
Oh
this is so
no.
leading into season 5.
Yeah, pretty much. So, the
Yeah.
first episode, I think it kicks it off with a bang, dude. It's throwing us straight back into like the boys' mayhem of they're up trying to sabotage people. All of the superheroes are back. Everyone's
Yeah.
back.
Yep.
It's just as fun as the
Yeah.
previous seasons, and
Yeah.
I'm loving it already.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on the first episode?
First episode, yeah, it was like good. It was seeing the boys like actually doing their job, and they were trying to take down Victoria Newman in the first episode, and like that whole
Mhm.
debauchery thing. It's like to start the episode out like that as well was just like that was great, and it just all went horribly wrong
Perfect.
as well, like boys fashion. So
Oh yeah, it's so good. I love seeing it. They're just such a fun cast of characters, and I just love just seeing them interact in this way. Yeah, season 4 kicked it off with a bang, in probably the best way possible. It wasn't overtly ridiculous as The Boys is known for being, but it still had that
yep.
gore, and it still had the like violence and sexual nature to it that we all know and love from this R-rated show.
Oh
I'm
yes.
very excited to see where this season goes because I'm very unsure as to where it's leading.
Oh, it's definitely
Um,
leading somewhere. That's for sure.
okay. Um, did you want to talk non-spoilers about the other 3 episodes then, or is that too hard, Barry?
That's
I
probably
know
too
you're
hard because
dying.
like all I can think is like all the spoilery parts. The only thing I will say, going back to the first episode as well, is obviously we do see Homelander very different this season. His first introduction
Yeah.
and stuff like that. He's finally getting to grips with himself that he's not a god, that he is still mortal, and that he does age. That's a whole thing this first episode, and it is like kind of cool to see that as well in that character. Like, is this more of that character, like more character depth they're bringing to him? So,
Yeah, it was very cool to see. I love seeing the little Homelander aging. Just everything about that is so cool to see this character go through. I'm very excited.
oh, and Jeffrey
I'd
Dean
love to talk
Morgan
about it.
being introduced into this season.
Yeah, he was there for a little bit. he shows up. He's doing things.
He
He's
shows
putting a
up.
team together for something that I'm sure I'll find out in a later episode. And Barry probably knows already.
No, I don't.
But
So
oh,
they haven't revealed
okay.
him quite yet, and there's a bit of like
Ooh.
stuff going on before that. So we'll find out still.
Ooh, some stuff going on. Well, we'll keep you up to date on that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm dying, so you know.
yeah. I reckon we might call this one here. A little bit of a
We
shorter
might call this
episode.
one here. Yeah.
Barry's gonna go have a nap or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Just don't put me
Uh,
in like an oxygen tank for the next week, and I'll be fine. I'll be back. You know, like
Yeah.
it's like sports
Chuck him
people.
in a
you know?
Bacta tank. I don't
Exactly.
think that's how that works, but sure. And I'll go watch The Boys in the meantime.
You go
And
do
be caught
that.
up for next week. Yeah, I'll go do that. All right. Well,
All right.
catch you guys. Bye bye. Do the press the button.
Bye, everybody. Press the button. Thanks for coming out. Don't forget to hit all the buttons, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We'll make sure to be back here on time next week. And thanks for sticking around and listening to a guy cough for like 30 minutes.
Yay! That's my favorite part. Yeah, it ends it on a cough. Come on.
Just,
How Barry died. It's my podcast now.